the toughest and most terrifying mutant in all of Minecraft. The Mutant Zombie? The Mutant Blaze? Watch as these mutant mobs and more face off in a winner-takes-all tournament and claim the title of Minecraft's greatest mutant. Let's check in down at the field where the Mutant Blaze and Mutant Skeleton are ready to fight. As the match is underway and the skeleton shoots an arrow right away, as the skeleton tries to jump up again and use that arrow, the Mutant Blaze is just using the fireball blast, the rod shot. There's those flaming charges now. I don't know how much damage those did, but the Mutant Skeleton is taking some heavy damage. You might want to back up a bit and use that arrow a little bit more, maybe come in from that aerial attack there. But I don't know, the Mutant Skeleton is kind of wound up in there, and wow, the Mutant Skeleton comes out on top, it looks like, in a big upset there, Ken. The Mutant Skeleton does come away with the win.
It looked like the Mutant Blaze had the upper hand that whole time, and then out of nowhere, the Mutant Skeleton just goes in there and puts on some heavy damage and gets the win.
So the Mutant Skeleton will move into the semifinals and will await the winner of our next matchup. It's the Mutant Hoglin versus the Mutant Zombie. Ken, what can you tell us about the Mutant Hoglin?
John, the Mutant Hoglin is a truly fearsome beast. It's the mutant version of the Hoglin. It has two very, very powerful moves, the ground smash and the hog charge. The ground smash occasionally, when the mutant hoglin is close to its target, it raises its arms up and smashes it into the ground, causing a large shockwave to spread out from the mutant hoglin. This shockwave can deal some heavy damage. And then the hot charge, the mutant hoglin rears up on its hind legs and charges towards its target. It's just an incredibly powerful mob, John.
That it is indeed, Ken, but on the other side is no slouch himself, and that would be the Mutant Zombie. What can you tell us about him?
You're absolutely right, John. The Mutant Zombie is a giant Hulk-like version of the zombie, and it also has multiple attacks as well, such as the smash attack. The Mutant Zombie will smash the ground and deal up to 12 to 24 damage and 75% chance making you hungry. And then the throw attack. The Mutant Zombie will throw you in the air and jump in the air and smash you to the ground. And then there's the roar attack. The Mutant Zombie will roar and spawn 6 zombie minions. So then you're facing multiple mutant zombies even though they're little minis.
Good stuff, Ken, and this should be an excellent matchup as we head down to the field for our next matchup, the Mutant Hoglin versus the Mutant Zombie. The match begins here, and they both take charge in the center of the field at each other, and there goes the Mutant Hoglin with that pound to the ground, and it sends some shockwaves into the Mutant Zombie. The Mutant Zombie, however, comes up, rises up, smashes down the Mutant Hoglin, and there goes that big smash you were talking about, Ken. He throws him up into the air and then beats him up there and then smashes him back down. Now we have a couple of minions out there as well. The Mutant Hoglin took care of those, though, and did a big smash of his own, but the Mutant Zombie is putting some heavy damage on the Mutant Hoglin over here by our announcers table and by the bracket over there. Big heavy damage delivered by both of these. This is a close match, and it looks like the Mutant Zombie came away with the win with that big smash there at the end, Ken.
Yeah, that was a matter of brute force versus brute force, and the Mutant Zombie won at the end. Great match there.
So the Mutant Zombie heads on to the semifinals where he will take on the Mutant Skeleton as we head over to the left side of our bracket for our next quarterfinal matchup between the Mutant Enderman and the Mutant Shulker. Before we get to Ken on our analysis of this next matchup, we'd like to give a big shout out and a thank you to all of you watching our channel, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future tournaments, and leave us a comment and let us know your favorite mob or your favorite matchup so far and your favorite tournament. Mine so far is this one. I love the brute force of all these guys, Ken.
Yeah, John, and our next matchup is going to be no different. It's the Mutant Enderman. You know, the Mutant Enderman is a towering and intelligent being of death and fear. Its more common attacks are mainly meant to distract you as it whoops you with its heavier attacks. It's got the forced stare, the melee attack, the block throw, and the scream. We've seen the Mutant Enderman before. Let's see how he does in this bigger tournament with these bigger, more brute force type mobs. But on the other side, the Mutant Shulker has many powerful attacks of its own. It can be in its shell or out of its shell. If it's in its shell, it has the Shulker Peak, the Bullet Shot, and the Anvil Crush. The Anvil Crush, the Mutant Shulker has a chance to teleport above its target, crushing them like an anvil. And then out of its shell, it has the Brutal Bite and the Bullet Hover. This Shulker is just a mean, vicious mob.
Thanks again, Ken, as we're out on the field now getting ready for this next matchup, the Mutant Enderman versus the Mutant Shulker. And the Mutant Enderman moves quickly, and the Mutant Shulker is now in its shell. Now it pops out a little bit, makes a good spin move, and the Mutant Enderman doesn't know quite what to do yet. The Mutant Enderman is now hovering above and takes some damage there by the Shulker. Now the Shulker is crawling around, kind of out of its shell, inflicting more damage on the Mutant Enderman. The Mutant Enderman is trying to move around quickly. The Enderman, and now the Mutant Shulker is above the Enderman, putting on some big damage. The Mutant Enderman just looks dumbfounded, doesn't know what to do. Now the Mutant Shulker is just putting on a display here, using all of its powerful touches on the Mutant Enderman. The Mutant Enderman just doesn't know what to do there. The Shulker is just having its way with the Mutant Enderman. I don't know if the Mutant Enderman can last too much longer here, Ken.
Yeah, the Shulker is just putting his dominance forth, and there goes the win.
Yep, and the Mutant Enderman is in the air. It looks like it's all over for the Mutant Enderman, and it is. The Mutant Shulker comes away with the victory in dominant fashion.
Yeah, the Mutant Shulker had him from the opening bell and just had his way with him throughout the whole match.
So the Mutant Shulker moves on to the semifinals, where it will take on the winner of our next matchup between the Mutant Creeper and the Mutant Snow Golem. Ken, what can you tell us about the Mutant Creeper?
Well, the Mutant Creeper is a mutant version of the Creeper and was the very first mutant creature. It has many attacks. It has the melee attack, where it attacks with its head and large appendages. The Mutant Creeper has the jump attack, where it launches itself into the air and explodes on impact with a large blast radius. And then lastly, it has the charge attack, where it begins flashing and shining. If untouched, it will heal itself with 30 hearts. The Mutant Creeper is just a very explosive and powerful mob, John.
Indeed it is, Ken. Tell us a little bit about the Mutant Snow Golem.
Well, the Mutant Snow Golem, like a normal Snow Golem, the Mutant Snow Golem attacks hostile mobs, except instead he throws huge chunks of ice. The Mutant Snow Golem also automatically freezes every water block nearby, and also creates a path of snow. They look tough, but are in the end still made out of snow, so they have weak defenses. So I don't know, I think the Mutant Snow Golem is a very, very huge underdog here.
He may be, Ken, but as they say, that's why we play the game. Before we get down to the field, let's give another thanks and shout out to all of you who are watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future tournaments here on Minecraft Battles. Facing off there is the Mutant Creeper, is just putting a hole right through the Mutant Snow Golem, trying to get some intimidation going there, I believe, here, as we wait for the opening bell. And the match is underway here with the Mutant Snow Golem throwing some couple blocks of ice there, but he's doing a very little damage to the Mutant Creeper as the Creeper just makes his way towards the Mutant Snow Golem, making some heavy damage there. The Mutant Snow Golem's in big trouble, now throwing some blocks of ice, some more blocks of ice there. He's throwing it behind him. Now he's throwing it into the air as the Mutant Creeper comes away with the win very decisively, Ken.
Yeah, the Mutant Snow Golem had no chance against the Mutant Creeper. Valiant effort, though. He tried to use those snow blocks, but to no avail. The Mutant Creeper just dominant.
So the Mutant Creeper moves on to the semifinals, where he will take on the Mutant Shulker. We're now into the semifinals of the tournament, and our next matchup will be the Mutant Skeleton versus the Mutant Zombie. Ken, what can you tell us about this next matchup?
Well, John, many of us here in the arena, including us here in the booth, believe that the Mutant Skeleton had the biggest upset of the tournament thus far when he defeated the Mutant Blaze back in the quarterfinals. Now, I think he's just gonna have to go in, use those arrows, and then use some of that force, and he can hit with his other hand opposite of the arrow hand, John. But the Mutant Zombie is a powerful Hulk-like mob, John, so we gotta watch out for that if you're the Mutant Skeleton.
Yeah, Ken, that Mutant Zombies, was a dominant force there against the Mutant Hoglin. Just had his way with him, really, and the Hoglin's no slouch.
Yeah, I don't know what the Mutant Skeleton can do here. He's just gonna have to stick and move, I guess. But the Mutant Zombie is just like an incredible Hulk, if you will. You know, he has a number of attacks. He had the smash attack, which we saw. He had the throw attack, and he had the roar attack. And he had those zombie minions as well. They can do some damage. You know, the Mutant Zombie, I think, he's my heavy favorite and my pick to win it from here on out in this Final Four.
Folks, you heard it from Ken Long himself. Let's see if that comes to fruition here in our next matchup. But before we get on to that, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any future tournaments here on Minecraft Battles. Let's head down to the field and get ready for this matchup. It's the Mutant Skeleton taking on the Mutant Zombie. And here we go, the match is underway. The Mutant Skeleton trying to use those arrows, gets a little bit of damage in on the Mutant Zombie, but the Mutant Zombie just coming forward, putting down his powerful Hulk hands and putting some heavy damage on the skeleton. The skeleton goes up in the air, but the Mutant Zombie that is, chases him. And the skeleton tries to use those arrows again, putting some damage in, but it's taking some heavy damage from the Hulk's hands. Now the Hulk goes up into the air, tries to smash down on the skeleton, and get some good damage in himself. This is a little bit of back and forth here. We might have an upset cooking here, Ken, but the Mutant Skeleton just keeps on going, and I think he's down. Let's see. The Mutant Hulk is just laying down there. They got the fireworks going, but no, he gets back up at the last minute here and does some heavy damage on the skeleton, breaking him apart, and the Mutant Zombie comes away with the win. Unbelievable, incredible comeback by the Mutant Zombie.
Yeah, he had us all fooled there, John. Great win by the Mutant Zombie as he heads on to the finals.
So the Mutant Zombie heads on to the finals as he awaits the winner of our next semifinal matchup between the Mutant Shulker and the Mutant Creeper. Ken, how do you see this one playing out?
Well, John, as we saw in his first matchup, the Mutant Shulker has many ways that he can defeat you. He can be in his shell or out of his shell, and as we saw, he uses both very well. You gotta be on your toes if you're gonna deal with him because the multiple ways he can beat you. Now, the Mutant Creeper, on the other hand, can just use his charge attack, and I think that's what he should do. He should just go in there and go all in and take some damage, but deal some heavy damage with that charge attack and the jump attack too, as it launches itself into the air and explodes on impact with large blast radius.
Yeah, Ken, this is going to be an interesting one here, but I think you're right. I think the Mutant Creeper is going to have to withstand some damage, but get in there with his heavy attack and try to come away with the victory here as we take a look at the Mutant Shulker and the Mutant Creeper there on their stands getting ready for this matchup here in the beautiful Minecraft Battles Arena. Again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future tournaments, and leave us a comment. Let us know your favorite mob and your favorite tournament thus far. The match is underway and the Creeper sends out some minions there as the Shulker takes care of most of them. There's one left, and the Mutant Creeper has a very good solid move there as he puts some heavy damage onto the Shulker. That was a great opening move to put those minions out as those minions are starting to take care. He's got some more minions out there now, so the Shulker has two things to deal with as the Creeper himself is up in the air. Great strategy. Now the Shulker goes up in the air and attacks from above. This is great strategy by the Shulker. We got a chess match going on here as they both are doing some good damage to each other, but the Shulker is putting on some heavy damage to the Creeper here. Now the Shulker is spinning up in the air, putting on some more damage, but the Creeper comes away with the win. The Shulker just couldn't do enough there as the battle took place and ended up in the air with the Creeper coming out on top.
Yeah, John, great victory by the Creeper. Great strategy, too, to use those minions. I loved it.
Everything we wanted to see there in a semifinal matchup, and that leads us to the finals, where it'll be the Mutant Zombie taking on the Mutant Creeper. Ken, how do you see this finals for the championship playing out?
Well, look, both the Mutant Zombie and the Mutant Creeper were very impressive in their opening matchups, but you know what? This is what we want to see in a finals. We want to see the best versus the best. A mono versus a mono. The Mutant Zombie and the Mutant Creeper. You know, I don't know how this is going to play out, but the Mutant Zombie was my pick to win it there when he got to the semifinals, and I'm sticking with him, I think. I think it's going to be a great matchup. They both have minions. They both use powerful moves. You know, it's just a great matchup, John. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm so excited. I just want to get it going. Let's start it right now.
Easy there, Ken. Easy, big boy. We'll get it going here just shortly, but we still want to talk a little bit more about it because the anticipation is just building in this arena. I can imagine you guys just watching on the screen right now, waiting to see who you think is going to win. I'm excited too. This is a great matchup. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future tournaments or big finals matchup like the one we're about to witness here, folks. And please leave a comment and let us know how you liked this tournament or any other tournaments in the past, or let us know your favorite mob.
I'll leave a comment right now, John. This one right here is my favorite tournament so far. The incredible, powerful mutants. I just love them. I can't wait to see him again. I want to see him again, please.
Take it easy, Ken. We'll probably see him in the future. Don't you worry about that as we head down to the field for this championship matchup, the Mutant Zombie versus the Mutant Creeper. The match is underway here, and the Mutant Zombie put some heavy hits there on the Mutant Creeper. The Mutant Creeper using those claws, though, and his head to get some big hits of his own. This is going to be a back-and-forth matchup. Nice spin move into the air by the Creeper to get some damage in, and the Creeper seems to be still the Mutant Zombie, put in some heavy attacks and put that echo in on him, as well as the Mutant Creeper goes into the air again, trying to avoid. He put some damage in on the Zombie. The Zombie is putting some big, heavy smashes in on the Creeper, and the Zombie is down. He's down. Is that it? The Creeper's walking around him, but the Zombie's getting back up. Now the Zombie's putting in some heavy hits. This match isn't over, folks. As the minions were out there for a second, the Zombie's down again. Is that it? The Creeper's hovering over him this time, not walking away. The Zombie gets back up. The Creeper is just creeping away and now into the air, and a big attack there by the Mutant Zombie. The Mutant Zombie has him locked by the wall and is on top of him. The Mutant Creeper is gone. The Mutant Zombie's on the ground, and I think he has won it here, Ken.
The Mutant Zombie has won it, John. This was incredible. What a great comeback. Was he playing possum or was he really hurt? That's the real question, but it doesn't matter. The Mutant Zombie comes away with the win.
Incredible display of courage there by the Mutant Zombie. The strategy was perfect as he comes away with the tournament championship of the Mutants. As we take one last look at the bracket there before we head down to the field, we want to give you another special thanks and a shout out to all of you who's watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, let us know how we're doing, and comment on this incredible tournament that we just had. And if you want to see the Mutants again, I think I do, and I'm sure Ken does as well.
I do. I want to see the Mutants again. They're just powerful and incredible.
The Mutant Zombie collecting his championship trophy with the fireworks going off in the arena. He's sitting tall and mighty, as he should. What an incredible win by him. Congratulations to the Mutant Zombie, and thanks to all of you again for watching. For my partner, Ken Long, I'm John Willard. We'll see you next time on Minecraft Battles.